Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm Kelsey on Enjoy the Journey. Before we get started, remember to click the subscribe button and ding, hit that notification bell as well to get all my latest videos. In this video, I'm going to expand on my previous video, which talked about morning routines. Once again, I just want to emphasize how important it is to have a morning routine, and if you don't have one, get one because it is just so imperative. Morning routines are not only going to set the tone for your entire day, there's something that you can come back to throughout the day and subsequently throughout the week, the month, the year, your life. These things that you do in your morning routine are going to generate muscle memory, first and foremost. Not to mention they're going to actually affect your physical health as well as your mental and emotional health, so on and so forth. So again, it's just so important to have a morning routine. There are lots of people out there who study the morning routines of top performers. I mentioned in my last video, Tim Ferriss is one such person. If you're interested in his work, I'll put some links down below. He's got a great podcast. He's got a couple books out. So feel free to check him out. By the way, I don't get paid for that at this point in time anyway. So it is a genuine endorsement. There's some other people out there. Brendan Burchard is another who studies top performers and has a lot of material on that, so I'll post some links below to his work as well. But for me, what I like to do in the morning, I touched on this a little bit in my last video, was I definitely like to hit all three of those areas I mentioned of physical, mental, emotional health. Those are the building blocks to everything else in your life. So you really want to make sure you incorporate something from each of those categories in your morning routine. Today, I'm going to focus on really just the physical aspect of things. That comes first, obviously. Health is foremost, first and foremost for sure. Health is wealth, right? Health is everything. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So number one priority is your health, absolutely. I talked in my last video about some good ways to kind of wake your body up. So I'm going to expand on those here in this video and then get into some more ideas for how to really work out and get the blood flowing. So first off, actually just, waking up, getting out of bed, warming up your body. I know that can be really hard for people to do, especially if they don't have something holding them accountable. If you don't have kids maybe waking you up in the morning or pets, or if you don't have somewhere to be, which I know these days, I'm making this video in July 2020 when COVID is very much still going on and people are working from home, they're staying at home a lot still. It can be really tough to get motivated and kind of put yourself on a schedule. So there are several ways that you can kind of overcome that, if you will. One thing is definitely light. Light is your friend. We are naturally, as human beings, attuned to light, very much so. If you haven't heard of this thing called your circadian rhythm, look it up. It's very real. It's a very real thing. Our bodies really are designed to go in tune with the rising and setting of the sun. So the more that your sleep schedule can get in tune with that, the better off, honestly, so much of your health will be. So much of your body and physical health is affected by your circadian rhythm. It helps to go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, 7 days a week. So no partying on the weekends. Again, I know a lot of bars and restaurants and whatnot and clubs are closed right now, but one day, hopefully, when they'll be open again, still, don't have those late nights because it really throws everything off. Even just that one day can really throw you off. And not just for the next day, but for several days after. So you really want to have a consistent bedtime and wake up at the same time every morning. That's a habit I've gotten into, and it really makes a huge difference. Again, use light in the morning. Light is your friend. Again, hopefully you don't have to wake up before the sun comes up. I've had to do that. It's extremely hard. But assuming you're waking up at some time after the sun's gotten up itself, or you're kind of rising with the sun, which is ideal, use that to your advantage. Sometimes put your bed, if you can, near a window so that you can even maybe open up those curtains or those blinds while you're still lying in bed. If you can do that, if you can arrange your bedroom furniture that way, that's a great hack to do. If you can't, make sure you have some sort of light next to your bed. So a lamp on a nightstand, something like that. Turn that lamp on. Get in the habit of turning your lamp on. I literally used to put a note I wrote on a little index card and put it on my alarm clock next to my bed, which was on my nightstand along with a lamp. because I was in the habit of turning my music on, my radio on in the morning, as I think a lot of people are, or maybe their phone or something like that, but you shouldn't be doing the phone. We'll talk about that later. But if there's something maybe you're already in the habit of turning on that's not a light, put a reminder on that thing to turn on the light until you get in the habit of turning on that light. And like with anything, give it time. Within a couple weeks, you should just kind of automatically be in the habit of turning on that lamp. And that will, I guarantee you, help you get out of bed. When you want to push that snooze button, you won't be as tempted to, and you'll be more inclined to just physically get up out of bed. So that's number one. Number two, water. Another element. Use water. Water is your friend. A lot of people kind of naturally do this anyway. If you don't, this is another great morning hack to wake up your body. Splashing water on your face can truly wake you up. Cold water in particular. I know it's tempting first thing in the morning. We want to stay comfortable. You know, we were just in our nice warm bed, so we maybe want to splash warm water on our face or get into a warm or even hot shower. If you really want to wake up, use cold water. Splash cold water on your face. Take a cold shower. That leads me to number three, showers. Not everybody takes them first thing in the morning. I actually take mine in the middle of the day. I got used to doing that working second shift, and I still do that, not even though I'm working from home now. So anyway, whenever you take your shower, especially if it's in the morning, definitely that will wake you up. If you take a cold shower or if you alternate and go back and forth between using hot and cold water. There's this guy on YouTube, fantastic person, has done some amazing work. I highly recommend checking him out, Wim Hof. I'll put a link to his channel below as well. He talks a lot about hot and cold showers. That's something he does every day. He submerges himself into extreme temperatures, and that's just a great way to condition your body in a lot of ways, but guarantee you that's gonna wake you up in the morning. So take those hot and cold showers. What it does is it gets your blood flowing, literally. It increases the circulation of your blood throughout your body. So it's gonna make you more alert. It's going to be good for your physical health overall, because what happens is your body, it's got blood running through it at all times, right? We know this. Within your blood, there is what? Oxygen. Oxygen is crucial for survival and thrival. Oxygen equals health. Write that down. Oxygen equals health. Breathe in fresh oxygen, fresh air as much as possible, and do anything and everything you can to circulate the oxygen in your blood. Circulate that blood throughout your body. That's so important. Hot and cold showers are a great way to do that. Again, the alternating between hot and cold. If anyone's ever suffered an injury, you know, they usually tell you first start with, and there's debate about this, but all across the board, you'll typically hear both at some point. Not just hot, not just cold, but both. And alternating hot and cold, heat with ice. It's because that alternating between the extremes really gets the blood pumping, and it circulates all that good, healthy oxygen throughout your body. So the same theory applies, if you will, with a hot, cold shower. You should be doing that anyway for your skin health. I know my ladies out there might be concerned about this. This was something I didn't know about for a really long time. My mother never taught me this, bless her heart. So I had to learn this one myself. But for your skin as well as your hair, hairdressers, a good hairdresser knows this trick. If you go to the salon, they will, after they wash your hair, especially if you get it colored, I did that for years, they will, after they do all those shampoo and conditioner and whatnot, they will do a final rinse with cold water, because cold water is going to seal up the cuticle of your hair and decrease damage when they're about to go then, put a bunch of heat on it with a blow dryer or a curling iron or both or whatever. It's going to prevent as much damage from happening to your hair. Likewise with your skin, cold water, again, right? Heat expands, right? It opens everything up. That's why in a way you do want to start a shower with hot water to open up your skin, the pores in your skin and your hair, and then you want to end your shower with cold water to close everything back up again, to seal it up so that you don't get in germs and too much dirt, stuff like that. Some is good for you for sure, don't get me wrong, but you don't want to just invite in anything and everything that can lead to infections and acne and gross things like that. So hot cold showers, number 3. Number 4, the Egoscue Method. This is something I just learned from watching a Tony Robbins seminar. I'll put a link to that below as well. Really cool technique. I didn't get to do it much of the time, and Unfortunately, I won't really be able to show you guys now because I've got some physical issues going on myself that I'm dealing with that make it hard for me to do this, but I'm going to post a link to that below. Check it out. Really, really great guy that teaches this stuff. I'm not sure, honestly, if he is the inventor of it. I can't remember, but he teaches it nonetheless, and really great, again, kind of quick, easy movement, some stances you can do, just some poses you can take on, as well as some basic movements you can do with your arms and your legs that will wake your body up in the morning. So I'm going to post a link to that below. And then number 5, a great way to wake up in the morning, get the blood flowing, all that stuff, similar to the Egoscue Method, is, or actually this is kind of 2 for 1. You can do one or the other. You don't have to do both. They do the same thing. But you want to, again, move your body, get that blood flowing, not only the blood and the oxygen in your blood, but you want to get your lymph moving. Your lymphatic system is so important. My dad was a doctor, and I remember him talking about, lymph nodes. Those are your glands. It's kind of the layman's term for that. The more technical medical term is your lymph nodes. What is your lymph? Your lymph is essentially the garbage man of your body. So it removes toxins, but it can't do that if it's not moving. Lymph has movement, or it needs to move in order to do its job. So if you're stagnant, if you're still, it's not going to do its job. So get the lymph moving in your system. There are 2 really easy, kind of fun ways to do that. One, again, is something I learned from Tony Robbins. He goes on this. This is something he does in his morning routine. He gets on one of these things. They look like a mini trampoline. A rebounder is what it's called. And I'll post some links to those below as well. Buy a rebounder. They're a little pricey, but definitely worth the investment. Again, kind of a more fun way to do this. You jump up and down. You feel like a little kid again, right? Like you're on a trampoline. Who doesn't want to do that? So that's one way you can get your lymph moving, your lymphatic system activated in the morning. And you don't have to do it for long. Like 10 minutes a day will make a difference. Especially if, again, you're working from home right now. Maybe you always do that. If it's hard for you to get out of the house, if you have a desk job, you're sitting most of the day, you definitely want to make sure you take the time in the morning to move that lymph. Another way that you can do the same thing, if you don't have the money for a rebounder, or maybe you don't have the space for it where you live, is simply just shake. Literally shake your body. So plant your feet firmly on the ground about shoulder width apart, bend your knees slightly, and just bounce. Just kind of bounce up and down. And put your hands out in front of you and just shake like this. There's a guy that teaches this on YouTube as well. I'll try to find a link to his channel. And literally just shake for like 10 minutes a day. And by just doing some gentle shaking, it's that up and down movement, again, that bouncing, that shaking motion that really activates the lymph in your system. That's what you want to be concentrating on and doing. So totally inexpensive, free way to do that is literally just shake your body, kind of bounce up and down. A trampoline is going to do that even more, obviously, but again, if you don't have that, you can just shake. So those are 5 great, easy ways to wake up in the morning, get the blood flowing, get that lymph moving. That's really going to help your health. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with your friends. And as always, remember to enjoy the journey.